Okay, so we have this shift register here, and we're pretty much going to go over how this all works. So we have four T flip-flops. Sorry, not T flip-flops, D flip-flops. So pretty much whatever enters this, the D, the Q will be equal to that. So that will be our output, and then it just goes on until we get out. And the the transfer happens when clock reaches its rising edge. So when clock is 1, that's when the transfer happens. So we're going to view it like this. So let's set up an initial condition, and let's say everything right now is 0. Okay? So right now my clock is 0, and then I have set in an input called 1. Okay? So right now, this input 1 is not going to be distributed into the flip-flop yet, because uh, clock is right now 1. But this is how it's going to start. So here, I'll set up Q1. Okay, let me change colors. Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. They're all 0. And my input right now is 1. Okay, the second I set clock to be 1, pretty much what's going to happen is this 0 is going to be transferred into here. Okay, so this actually let's do this. This 0 is going to be kicked out. Now this 0 is going to be transferred into here. So this is going to be 0. This 0 is going to be transferred into here. And then this 0 is going to be transferred here. And this 1 gets transferred into here. Then we put in another input. Let's say we put in 0, as that's going to be our next input. So down here, it's going to be 0, 0, 0, 1. And our next input is 0. Now, when we set clock to be 1 again, obviously everything here gets, this gets kicked out. So it's 0, 0, 1. And then this 0 takes up this spot. Okay, and then we can manually put in another input, let's say 1 here. Then we do the clock again. So this 0 is kicked out. So it's now 0, 1, 0. This 1 is put here. And then we put in another input. Let's say it's 1 again. Okay, and then we clock again. This 0 is kicked out. So the 1 moves here. The 0 moves here. 1, then 1. And let's say we put in another input called 0. Okay, now this 1 is kicked out. This 0 moves here. This 1 moves here. 1 moves here. 0 moves here. And then we put in another input and so on. So that's pretty much what's going on in here.